I'm so curious to talk to you about kids because my wife and I are about to embark on the let's try to have kids. And do you have two kids now, or do you still have?
Yeah, two. I got a girl and a boy.
Um, because even just hearing what you were saying before about being in traffic, and your daughter said, "Why are you honking at that guy?" Which is basically like having like a real existential, like a conscience with you at all times. We're going, "Oh, I don't understand. Can you explain this seemingly illogical behavior?" How does that change you, or how does that change your approach? Obviously, you can't and shouldn't just be focused on yourself all the time and your own idiosyncrasies. You have to consider that there's a little life being formed next to you at all times. So how did that change, and what was that new responsibility like when it started?
Well, the great thing is my daughter is not afraid of me at all, which I pride myself on, because I didn't want to do, there's a lot of old school parenting that I believe in, but the scary dad coming home, I don't want that. So she keeps me in check, where it's just like, I would just be watching a game, be like, I'll just be like this loud. How can you call that? Come on, that wasn't offsides or whatever. And then she'll be in the other room and be like, don't scream like that. And then I just go, sorry, buddy. It's gotten to the point my wife is like, he's not yelling, he's just watching a game.
He's just, I don't know.
So that's what she does. She just goes, don't scream like that. Dada, don't scream like that. And I just go, and every single time, it immediately snaps me out of it. And I go, you're right, buddy, I'm sorry. And then we hug, and it ends. So I still yell, I still snap, but it's only for a second. So I've been able to move the ball of my crazy family tree to that point. To the point I've actually said to my wife, I go, can you start doing that to me?
That's really funny.
Just do that, and because it's going to make me laugh if you just – because somebody, a good friend of mine, sent me this thing where it said way back in the day, like Greek philosophers considered anger momentary insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And it just hit me like a clap of thunder, because I just really thought of the crazy things I've said, the things that I've broken, the amount of times I've thrown my phone and it skips off the couch and then, breaks the plaster. And just instant regret, like, why did I do that? Now I got to tell my wife what happened to the wall. We got a 1st and 10, and the ref said, it's just, and then she'll just sit in, and then afterwards, when I'm totally calmed down, as it's coming out of my mouth, it's just like, I just understand the stupidity and the madness of like, so you threw your phone, this thing, you work hard, you spend your money, you love your phone.
Because you were mad at a thing
and you love your house.
We're doing that you're watching and that you're not involved in. What?
Yeah, and then I gotta go on YouTube and Google how to, put that stupid crap in there, whatever the heck it used to be.
Spackle.
And then how to sand it off, and the different grades of sandpaper. It's all part of the penance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you got to paint the whole wall because you'll see that little thing.
Yeah, that's that having to go through all of those steps, I think, is good, because it just reminds you of like, oh yeah, this is why you shouldn't do that. Like if you have to actually go through the steps, because I would imagine there's a tremendous amount of shame every step of the way too. Yeah, daddy broke a thing. I can't.
Oh, next thing you know, you're in Home Depot trying to find one of the two people on that 40,000 square foot store that can help you find what you need. And the whole time you're just thinking, I didn't need to be here. I just
disaster completely of my own making. That's nice though, to have that kind of relationship with your kids where you, where you not only respect them, but also listen to them, because the one thing that I keep hearing, that I hear everyone that I know who's a really good parent, is they say like, yeah, the second your child is born, you immediately understand that everything is not about you, and that you essentially are like living for this other being, and and to hear that is, especially because as comedians, all day long we're thinking about ourselves and we're writing about ourselves and we're thinking about our career. You know, it's like being a stand-up is a very entrepreneurial pursuit because you have to do most of the shit. You're responsible for most of it yourself.
Right.
So I think it's really good and healthy to be reminded, like, yeah, you're not the center of everything. You just aren't. And that's good.
No, it's been a great thing. And then like, I always feel better no matter how bad I wanted to do something. If something comes up that one of my kids needs or my wife needs, I always feel better. Like, all right, you know, I'll play drums later, or I'll tape the game. Maybe I'll watch it later. Like there's like a feeling when now instead of doing what I wanted to do,
yeah,
doing something for them, there's this great feeling of like, wow, I'm a dad. This is a very dad moment. I mean, you know, it's a parent moment. It's not like my wife obviously isn't making a bunch of sacrifices, but I am a comedian, so I'm going to tell this story through my point of view.
Of course.
Yeah, no, it actually feels good. And one of the advantages of being a dad later in life is I get to hear all my friends whose kids are grown going, I wish I spent more time. It's just like, all right, okay, duly noted. I had a buddy of mine the other day, and he's a great dad. He goes, dude, my kids, I don't know. I went to bed, I woke up, and now they're 17 and 15, and I would give anything in the world to relive the years you're living right now. How amazing it is. And and he was there. He was there for him. And even being there for him, it goes by so quick. I was talking to a comic buddy of mine, too, where his daughters are getting to be like college age. And he was just saying, like, goes, it's like this cruel thing, like they leave you. You get like this unbelievable, unconditional love, this over-the-top love that you feel. And then immediately it's like the hourglass is turned over, and it's like you get 18 years if they move away to college. And even if they come back during breaks, it's like a different thing. And each time they're more independent, which is what you want, because you don't want to have some bum living there when they're like 40.
But I'm sure a lot of parents do suffer like a depression when all of a sudden the house is just empty. And it's just like, oh my God, for every single day for almost 2 decades, there was activity in the house and things that, you know, like there was
chaos. The chaos, like a beautiful you get chaos. Used to that sound. And I think it's like a, you know, I always felt like, you know, parents, when you would see them like be heartbroken as they were sending their kids off to college. It weirded me out when I was a kid because I wasn't into emotions other than laughing or rage. That crying just weirded me out. But when now looking back on it, I thought like, wow, they really did I mean, obviously I'm painting with a broad brush here, but they really did a good job. They liked being parents. And I think there's something really cool about your kid's 18 and you're still looking at them like they're your baby.